What I wish I knew about recovery in my 30s. When I turned 30, I thought I could train the same way I did in my 20s. Heavy lifts, HIIT sessions back-to-back, barely any sleep, and a variety of food post-workout without much stretching. I thought soreness meant progress and rest days were for the weak. Some days I still tell myself that to get myself mentally going. Turns out the Achilles needs a break from time to time. No, pun intended. Then reality hit. Nagging injuries, constant fatigue, plateaus I couldn't break. I wasn't lazy, I was under-recovering. I was overtraining. I couldn't help myself as I have a love of working out. I was taught in high school gyms, magazines, and online that more was always better. I was a product of my time. I knew the right things to do and how to train others, yet always had a more, no. Pain, no gain mindset. If you can relate and you're in your 30s or older and still trying to, train like you're 21. This video is your wake-up call. Because recovery isn't optional anymore. It's the foundation. And what I'm about to share could save you years of frustration and injury. Welcome back to the channel where we make smart training simple. Today, I'm talking directly to my 30s to 40s out. There. As an ACE certified personal trainer, I can tell you if we don't adapt, we are staying the same. This isn't just about foam rolling and ice baths. That works for some and less for others. We're diving into the science of recovery, what actually changes in your 30s, and how to adapt your training and lifestyle so you can keep performing at your best without falling apart. Let's start with what actually changes when you hit your 30s. Hormonal shifts, testosterone and growth hormone levels start to decline gradually, making recovery and muscle building slower. Recovery time increases according to a 2019 review in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity. Older adults experience more muscle soreness and take longer to recover from intense workouts compared to younger counterparts. Work and life. Stress. Most of us in this age group are balancing careers, families, and stress levels that weren't. They're in our 20s, and stress is a recovery killer. Sleep suffers. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Neuroscience showed that sleep quality tends to decline starting in the early 30s, and sleep is where muscle recovery actually happens. Here are the biggest mistakes I made in my 30s. 1. Not prioritizing sleep. I always knew I needed 8 to 9 hours of sleep to be at my best, but I was still functional on 6 hours if needed. Turns out those nights of less sleep caught up to me. Poor sleep reduced my testosterone, increased cortisol, and stalled my gains. I felt worse in daily activities as well. 2. No deloads. I trained hard year-round with no scheduled down weeks. This led to burnout and minor injuries. I had to learn that a couple of days off would help not hurt lean muscle. As I incorporated a little more rest, I was able to keep and not lose muscle, even if it was a shorter workout. 3. Under-eating protein. I didn't realize I needed more protein as I aged to preserve muscle mass, even when cutting back. A little on calories, don't sacrifice protein. 4. Not managing stress. Training is stress. Life is stress. Recovery is the only thing that balances the scale. You need moderation and time periods for all of it to work in harmony. We all get 24 hours regardless. Here's what changed the game for me. Prioritizing sleep at least 7.5 to 9 hours a night. I cut screen time before bed and put the phone away. Even an extra half hour early helps. In addition, when I am on point, I add magnesium glycinate. I don't always remember, or sometimes if the budget is tight, I skip it. However, I have noticed a difference. A recent 2021 study in sleep health found athletes who sleep 8+ hours report 30% fewer injuries. It is a hidden superpower that can help your training. Incorporate active recovery days, walking, light mobility, work, and breath work to aid recovery without taxing your system. I also have deload weeks. Every 6 to 8 weeks, I reduce intensity and volume by 50%. Recently, this form of deload has allowed me to keep lifting without overtraining or getting injured. Research in the European Journal of Applied Physiology, 2018, supports deloading to prevent overtraining and sustain long-term progress. Basically, if you do less for a little, you can do more longer, without forced breaks. Protein and omega-3s. I aim for over 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight and have added omega-3 supplements too. Reduce inflammation. I also use glucosamine for my joints. A 2023 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that omega-3s reduce post-exercise soreness and improve recovery markers. Since you have stuck around to this point, I will cover the following, which aren't magic pills but support real recovery. 1. Creatine. Monohydrate. Helps with muscle recovery and reduces fatigue between sets and workouts. Backed by over 1,000 studies, it is still the gold standard. If you haven't yet seen results, take a little more, even up to 10 grams. 2. Magnesium. Supports sleep and muscle relaxation. Take before bed. The third one is collagen plus vitamin C. They support joint, health, and tendon recovery. I have recently tried to be more consistent with these. A 2022 study in nutrients showed collagen improved tendon repair when paired with resistance training. For a fourth bonus, I am mentioning ashwagandha, a reed-shea adaptogen that helps reduce cortisol and stress levels. First, have started taking this and noticed a difference. A 2020 meta-analysis in Medicine Baltimore showed ashwagandha significantly reduced perceived stress and improved recovery. Personally, I have noticed feeling calmer at night and sleeping better. The biggest shift wasn't physical, it was mental. I stopped thinking of recovery as time off and started thinking of it as training support. The goal isn't to train hard every day. The goal is to recover so you can train hard when it counts. Remember, muscles don't grow in the gym, they grow between sessions, and mostly by what they are fed and how you recover. To recap, if you're in your 30s, here's what I wish I knew sooner. Sleep is your secret weapon. Deloading isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Nutrition and stress management matter more than ever. Recovery is not optional. If this helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Real talk on fitness after 30. Drop a comment below. What's one thing you had to unlearn in your 30s about training or recovery? Stay strong, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next one. Our goal, as always, is to bring you real fitness advice you can start using right away in your next workout.